going back a little bit, you said that you truly thought you were going to be a rock star one day. Music was very heavy in your life. Why? What happened that you kind of put down the instrument and just...
I mean, you have to have a certain amount of confidence to do it, right? To believe in yourself enough.
You can't tell me that you did not have the confidence.
No, I did.
Okay, yeah. But what happened?
But it was at a certain point, confidence becomes delusion.
That's true. That's a great point.
I was good, but not that good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it wasn't until later I started I started an artist-run label, and I started working with other bands and managed a band or two. And then, like, I was the older, ex-musician, you know, who's like sort of who gave up on my dreams, but I was sort of supporting these youngsters as you know, pop-up manager. And I would always just tell them, you know, it's like, either you're good or you're great. It's like, and what do you want to be? You want to be good or you want to be great? And I can't, only you're the creative, so you're the one who's going to have to bring greatness. And I was always mediocre, so of course I wasn't going to make it. And I had to sort of come to terms with that.
And because you were in a band, correct?
Yeah.
What was the band called?
I guess the last band I was in was called the Honey Brothers.
That's what it was. Honey Brothers. Now, were you like the lead guy? Were you singing at all?
I mean, I sang through, we switched around to some degree, but no. I played drums, and I'd come in and play some guitar and bass here and there.
Just get after it. And then on the acting side, do you remember, what was your first audition like?
Well, so you asked, I left college to do film, but that wasn't paying the bills. And I realized that I could probably make more money acting. So I finally started to apply myself in acting, because before then I was not really motivated and blowing off auditions, and yeah, my heart wasn't in it. And then finally I said, you know, I'm going to give it a whirl. So I went out and I really worked at it, and I essentially landed the first job I auditioned for, which was an indie film called The Adventures of Sebastian Cole. And it's amazing what happened when you put your mind to something, right?
Yeah, no kidding. That's fantastic. And then at what point, so you were, and you're telling me you were never in LA other than for like job, like you didn't.
I had been to LA a couple times.
Okay.
But briefly. And then I was actually on my way to Mexico to sneak into Cuba to make a documentary about Cuban hip hop. And because I was big into doc films, and I had about $1,000 to my name. I was broke, but I knew I could make it stretch in Cuba, and I could go there, I could film all this content, go back to Brooklyn, and then figure out how I was going to raise the money to edit it. And as soon as one of those,
yeah,
you're piecemealing things together, and you're just
trying to see what works.
You're just making it work, right? And so while I was in Mexico, and this is before cell phones, I had to go to the internet cafe, dial up, the whole thing. My agent emailed me. He's like, you should look at this show called Entourage. And I was like, no, I'm busy. I'm going to Cuba. I'm making a film. Like, maybe catch me on the next one. And then like a couple days later, no, I really think you should. I was like, what is it? HBO? No, I was like, I don't do TV. And a couple days later, you know, because there's like a delay. Before you had your phone, you could just email back and forth or text or call Zoom. Before, it was like the days would go by before you made it back to the internet cafe. So this was over like a 2-week period, 3-week period, every few days. He's like, no, seriously, I really, really think you're right for this. It's not TV, it's HBO, you know, like, come on, fucking get your head out of your ass. Yeah. And then finally he's like, call me. Then I had to go get one of those cards. You go to the phone, you put in like 1,000 numbers, call international. And he's like, listen, let me just say, ultimatum. Either you come do this or you find another agent, because I can't help you bet. Like, you're you never come to any of the auditions. You're always blowing them off. I ended up going to LA, and that was the first time I was in LA for longer than, a few days. And then I got the part that changed my life, and then I was there quite a lot.